I feel like I haven't sat down and done a video in a long time. It's true, I haven't. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie. Today I'm going to be choosing my TBR for the month of August. That's crazy. So I currently have 7 of the books with me at the moment, and I have 3 on my phone that I also want to talk about of me wanting to buy or use on my Kindle to be able to read this month. We're gonna start with the ones that I have physically and then go from there. So the first one on my TBR is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I just heard so much good things about it, so I'm super excited. Hopefully it'll happen in August. I'm not entirely sure. Basically, it is about this main character named Evangeline. She learns that the love of her life is marrying someone else, and so her plan is to basically stop the wedding. So to do that, she has to strike a deal with the immortal Prince of Hearts. And so it's a very dangerous game that she's playing, and it could either end up really good or really bad. So I'm just like, I'm not sure what to expect from this book because honestly, I don't read typically a lot of fantasies. It's been a while since I have read a fantasy. I think the last one I actually fully read was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I loved it so much. So I have quite a bit of fantasies on this list, so I'm hoping to continue reading fantasy. So this next author, I have not read anything of either, but I'm super excited because I see a lot of people talk about her books and how easy it is to read and how well written it is. So that is The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I adore this cover. Like, can we talk about how cute this cover is for a second? Like, it's so cute. So basically Hannah is Jack's bodyguard, and Jack is like this superstar, and he has a stalker, and he goes back home after his mom gets sick, and he doesn't want his family to know that he has a stalker or a bodyguard. So Hannah is basically going to play as his girlfriend, so it's a fake dating trope. I live for fake dating. I really do. So I'm super excited. I also don't think I've ever read like a book that had like a stalker. You need a bodyguard. So I feel like this is something completely different and not something that I've read. So I am excited to see how I like this and, you know, see where it goes. I feel like y'all are gonna be like, you've not started the series, like you're so far behind, like what is wrong with you? I have had this book for about 2 years, maybe more, honestly, and I have not started it. It's been sitting on my shelf for so long, and I want to start the series because everyone says it's so good, and I just genuinely don't want to be left out anymore. So that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm too far behind. I've just not read it. Like, I'm sorry. But, like I said, I haven't read a whole lot of fantasy in the past couple years, so I definitely want to get back to it. So basically this book is about our main character, Jude, and she was 7 when her parents were murdered, and her and her sister got taken to live in the treacherous high court of fae stuff. She wants to feel like she belongs there, but to win a place at the court, Jude needs to defy him, which is the prince, and face like heavy consequences. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but it sounds so good, and I feel like I have not read the back of this in like a long time, so I don't know why I'm just now getting to it. But it sounds so good that I really want to start it right now. The next book that I also have not read, and I have not read a single one of her books, but I want to start reading her books because everyone says she's really good, and I feel like people have like mixed opinions on this book, but I'm not entirely sure. But that is The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. This follows a girl named Olive, and she basically doesn't believe in lasting romantic relationships, so like long-lasting relationships, and so her best friend is like convincing her to like she needs to like step out and like go and like get a relationship. And so Olive panics and basically kisses the first guy that she sees, which is a professor. His name is Adam, and he basically just keeps her secret and they fake date. So it's another fake dating trope. Surprise, surprise. Who's shocked? Not me. So I'm like, I've never read something that is science related and has like a chemistry with that. But I'm definitely excited to read this because I feel like I have been out of the loop for this and I really want to see if I like it or if I actually just don't like it, because I feel like this could be either or. I feel like it could go either way. I love the cover. The blue with the pink, the light pink, is so cute. So I'm definitely really excited to read her book and hopefully I'll like it enough to read more of hers. I feel like everyone's been waiting for me to read this book, including my best friend. So that is Fourth Wing. I bought this spontaneously, I think a couple days ago. So basically this book follows 21-year-old Violet and her mom wants her to become a dragon rider. Also, there's a guy named XIII, which he's a really powerful wing leader, and he would probably kill her. But basically the only way out of this is to graduate or die. So that sounds very fascinating and I'm very intrigued, and it has dragons. It sounds really good. I love the concept. Again, I haven't read a fantasy in a long time, so I want to get back to that. It's not as thick as I thought it would be. It's not that bad. It's like less than 500 pages, I think. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Obviously I'm gonna keep y'all updated if I do finish my August TBR or even do some of the books on my TBR, because half the time that doesn't really go according to plan. Alright, the next one that I see a lot of people talking about, one of my favorite booktubers, Destiny, she loves this series and I love watching her talk about it, so I just really want to like get into the series because I want to see what all the hype's about. It is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Now, I don't know what to think. Basically, we follow Johnny, which is a rugby player, and he doesn't want to like get distracted by anything. He just wants to focus on his sport, and he doesn't have any room for mistakes or distractions. And then this girl named Shannon comes to the same college and she's looking to start like a whole new fresh start because she was bullied previously where she was, and then she finds Johnny. It just is mystery from there at that point. This seems like interesting enough to me, to be honest. I love anything with romance like this. Anyway, I'm super excited to read that. I think it's just gonna be so emotional. Okay, and the last physical book that I have with me currently is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I have heard mixed reviews about this. I've seen some people not like it at all, and I've seen some people love it to where so much that it gets you out of a reading slump. This follows Magnolia. She really loved this guy named BJ, and he is a bad boy who ends up breaking her heart. They both go see different people, like basically just can't seem to stay away from each other, and after everything they've tried, nothing seems to work, so they're trying to figure out if they can love again in this lifetime. Like, I'm kind of going in with high expectations, but I'm really hoping that it meets them because everybody that talks about this loves it so much, and then there's like these few people that are like, I did not like this at all and I'm never reading this series anymore. I am just really excited to get started on this series because I have seen like everybody read it and I'm just like, I wanna be in the loop. I feel like I'm out of the loop every time I don't read something that everyone else is reading. The next book that I currently want to read is When in Rome by Sarah Adams, and I know that this is, I think, a series, because there's like a second one. I have the second one. It's actually up there on my top shelf. It's Practice Makes Perfect. And I didn't realize it was a series until the other day when I was getting ready to take it on vacation with me. But basically this book is about this girl named Amelia, and she is a pop star, and this guy named Noah is basically a baker. He carried on his grandmother's pie shop. So when Amelia ends up at his doorstep, her car is broken down, and so she needs help. So he lets her stay until her car is fixed. And he basically just shows her all the country living vibes down there of Rome, Kentucky. And before she has to go back on tour and live her, pop star life. I love the concept of this book. It sounds amazing. I am scared, but I'm going to go into it with high expectations. The next book I have, it was technically the first Calloway Sisters book, but it's the 4th one in the Addicted Altogether series. Because I'm reading it that way instead of reading just the Addicted series and then Calloway Sisters series. But it is Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. And I love this series so much. Like, I just finished Addicted for Now a few weeks ago, and I absolutely loved it. It was so good. So now that Kiss the Sky is Rose's and Connor's book, I'm so excited for, because I love their relationship together, and I just want to see like how their book goes and kind of just see their side of everything. It shows her with her fashion line and just kind of how she handles it, because it was going downhill at one point, and she's in the relationship with Connor and they live together. So the last book that I have on my TBR for the month of August is From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. I tried to read The Wall of Winnipeg and Me about a few years ago. I probably got like 300 pages in, and I stopped reading it because of the slow burn aspect to it, but I've gotten better with how I liked slow burns now, so it's a lot easier for me to read them. So I kind of want to get back into her books because I loved her writing. So this follows Jasmine, and she is 17, I think. She thinks it's time for her to not be doing figure skating anymore, and she thinks it's going to end soon just because of everything that's going on. There's an offer that comes up for her, and it is from Ivan, and he is the male character in this. So I feel like that would be super exciting to read. And also it's by Mariana Zapata, so I'm hoping I love it. I probably will. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have read these books or are wanting to read these books as well, let me know. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all later. Bye.